Again, just as an example, 29th Street, we're proposing a setback of 10 feet from the ground, above 45 feet, 30 feet. Right now, you have to provide 30 feet. So that's a good thing for the developer. That's something that they don't have. In other cases, 30th Avenue, we're proposing 25 feet at the ground. That's what we want for Walton, that's what we want, bigger public space. And then above 45 feet, we're proposing a 100-foot setback. That's protecting the view corridor. Currently, they have to have 60 feet all the way. So that's a case where now they can have less at the ground, but they have to have more above. So it ends up being a wash. And that's the case if you went through individually each one of those. Maximum height, I just discussed, 16 stories, 3 stories for bonuses. The bonus would get you to what's existing today in terms of height. Maximum footprint, right now, the MU zoning is only allowed 45% footprint. We found before, when we were talking about the zoning, that the buffer and setbacks actually get you to less than that. We're proposing a footprint of 3.7. So it's bigger than it is now. But we're also proposing that above 45 feet, we limit the footprint of the tower to 20,000 square feet. In the example I showed you, that footprint was 15,000 square feet. So we're saying that the tower footprint could be 5,000 square feet bigger than what we did in our example diagram. So we have complete confidence that that can be done. And then the maximum FAR, our average FAR is 3.17. Proposing that it should be 3.25. Again, more than what's allowed today by a little bit. And then the additional FAR, 0.5, goes along with the 3 stories of additional height. So these things kind of work together. If you're going to build additional height, you need additional FAR in order to get that. So which gives us total FAR allowable of 3.75 as opposed to what we believe to be existing today of 3.17. And that's how it works. I'm just going to kind of gloss over the rest of them. The concept, this is the MS1. It's a lower density, flexible use development. We had a discussion with Marcia and Amanda. We had it mixed use before, but we don't want to require mixed use. And we want to allow for flexibility of development within the area. So we're defining it as flexible use. There could be multifamily residential. It's not allowed in C1 right now, but it is allowed in the MU. There will be no single-family residential allowed here. That would happen on the edges. And then the parking would be concealed or located in the rear of the building. Again, going back to switching the buffer idea, bringing the buildings closer to the street and putting the parking behind. And there are some diagrams that illustrate that. This is a test diagram of what if you developed 1 lot, what if you had 2 lots and you wanted to develop them, what if you had greater than that? How would that work? And it goes back to the issue of having really small properties and the difficulty in developing a really small property. This is a single lot development. What we would propose there is for residential uses, we've created, almost include some plans in some actual building plans within the plan itself. So it will be more illustrative of this, but the parking for the residential uses could be located underneath the units. In this case, we would not require parking for commercial or retail development. We would allow that parking to be handled with the on-street parking that exists today or the public facilities that will be developed elsewhere. That's because the lot's too small, and it would deter infill and redevelopment of the town if we require these huge parking numbers. You can't get a developable footprint on there and get all the required parking. It's not economically feasible. Once we move over to 2-lot development, that scenario changes. So the 2-lot development has a greater rear setback because that's where we want the parking to occur. And it has larger side setbacks because we've got to get the cars back. And greater than two-lot development, the side setbacks get a little bigger. You have more parking capacity in the back. But that's simply to illustrate how someone could put together properties and their options change the more properties they get, but it also allows the small property owner a means to have an economically feasible development plan.
Is that a 25-foot front setback?
I believe it's 10. It's much less than what's required today. We've taken that space and put it on the back.
Trent, again,
Yes, ma'am.
on these setbacks of 100 feet, what's actually on that property for us? What's on that property in setback? Is it just green space, or why do you need that much footage around lots 21 and 20?
Why is it good?
Yeah,
It's about the view corridor, and it's about pushing the towers away from 30th.
That's above the
And it's above 45 feet, though.
I think when you get there, maybe you can show her the height and how it works.
Yeah, I wish I had a full section of that now. I didn't. This is the 100-foot setback up here. This whole part of the building only has to conform to the 25-foot setback. So what happens is setback 25 feet, you develop to 45 feet, and then you set back an additional 75 feet.
versus today at 60. I think.
Versus today, which everything will be at 60 and you can go straight up.
Isn't it only 300 feet street to street now? How can you
Sorry?
say, isn't, like 30th to 31st, only 300 feet from street to street? If you go up and set back 75, that'll lose you 50 feet to go higher, isn't that correct?
Be 300 feet minus a 60-foot setback on one side
Not,
and 100 feet on the other, so you have 140 feet left. Typical tower is a typical residential double-loaded tower is typically no more than 75 feet wide.
so which one
So
is
you've
60
got-
feet, 30 or 31st?
You've got a lot of room to move around. I'm sorry?
Which one is the 60 foot, 30,000 or
30, the one south. 31st. 31st. The MS2, which is where we're proposing the 85 feet hybrid. Again, it has the setbacks from 45 up. They're much less than the waterfront district because we're dealing with a smaller height and less impact on the street. Highway 17, we have some upper level setbacks above 35 feet. They're very minimal. They're much less than what's required today. We have a government district which has to do with bringing all the civic uses to this site. And then we have the R1 and the R2 districts, which are going to be relatively unchanged.